I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. And I sure do love my job. Yeah. I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. And I sure do love my job. Yeah. Yes, I really love my job. I'm a disciple that makes disciples, that makes disciples. Oh, I'm a disciple that makes disciples, that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples, that makes disciples. Yes, I'm a disciple that makes disciples, that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples, that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples, that makes disciples. Get firmly rooted. So let's get firmly rooted. Let's get firmly rooted. So let's get firmly rooted. Oh, I'm a disciple that makes disciples, that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples, that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples, that makes disciples. Let's get firmly rooted. Firmly rooted. Let's get firmly rooted. Yeshua, 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 Yeshua. I'm a disciple that makes disciples, that makes disciples. We are disciples that make disciples, that make disciples. We are disciples that make disciples, that make disciples. We are disciples that make disciples, that make disciples. Let's keep firmly rooted. Firmly rooted.
Hey, good morning, Firmly Rooted family. Pastor Tom, Firmly Rooted Ministries. Getting some rain again today. Kimberly and I spent another evening in our camper in the driveway, testing out our pop-up camper experiences before we go out into the real world and go do it. It was really good. She's done some amazing redecorating inside, and it was cool. Very good night, and just thought I'd share a little bit of the Donnelly life of last night. Bert Reggiani, good morning. Dave Donnelly, my cousin, good morning. Tom Donnelly, wanting you all to have a good morning from the family. Nikki Chason, good morning. Jackie Matus, good morning. Vivian Davis, good morning. Steve Giroux out on YouTube, good morning. Alice, good morning. Hello, friends. So yesterday we heard Peter's great confession. Jesus said, "Who do you say that I am? Who do you say that I am?" And I really, if you didn't see yesterday's devotion, I would encourage you to go back and watch it. I think it's the most important question that we will ever be asked. But what about you? Who do you say that I am? And I want to add today that question will absolutely come from God on the last day of your life or when he returns. But let me add a dimension. What about today? What if someone out there in the world that you have in your circle of influence, that you are around often, and what if somebody today comes out to you and says, "Who is Jesus to you?" Why do you believe in Jesus? Why do you go to church? Why do you participate in those devotions? Why do you go to Bible study? I want you to think about the fact that Peter says that we should be ready at all times to give an answer to anyone who asks us for the reason for the hope that we have. So not only do I want you to have a clear answer to the question who Jesus is to you and make sure you have the right answer when it comes to your eternal destiny, but I want you to have the right answer every day so that when someone comes to you, you're prepared to give them an answer. Well, you are the Christ, you are the Son of God, is what Peter responds. And then Jesus begins to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected by the elders, chief priests, and teachers of the law, that he must be killed, and after 3 days rise again. He spoke plainly about this. Can you imagine the disciples? I mean, this is where you want the video, right? As they're all got jaws dropped, their eyes are open about this big, and they're going, what? We just became aware that you're the Messiah. We just became aware that you're the chosen one, that you're the Son of God. And now you're telling us that you're going to be rejected. The chief priests and the teachers of the law, they're going to arrest you. They're going to kill you. In 3 days, you're going to rise again. And he spoke plainly about this. And we know in the Gospels that he mentions this 3, 4, 5 times before he ends up being arrested. And the disciples never get it completely. Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. Well, you know what? I'm Peter, man. I just said you're the Christ, you're the Son of God. And you said upon this confession, I'm a pretty important person because I got your question right. He rebukes Jesus. Now, don't give him too hard of a time. How do you absorb the fact that he's just saying he's going to be treated like many other false prophets? He's going to be treated by the world like so many prophets have, that he's going to get arrested and beaten and crucified. You almost don't even listen to the part where he says, I'm going to rise again, because you're already choking on the first few sentences. At least he pulls Jesus aside, right? And he begins to correct Jesus. How often, I wonder, as we've had to struggle in the pressure cooker of the kingdom of God and the kingdom of this world, and what seems to be an injustice, what seems to be not fair, what seems to be whatever it is, and it's like Job. It's like Job finally saying to God, I want to put you on trial. I want to go nose to nose with you, God. What's going on isn't fair, right? Okay, so Peter's kind of doing the same thing, and I think we probably should admit at times we've done it, even if we haven't done it out loud, we've done it in our noggin. Jesus turns back not only to him, but turns back to the disciples who probably are overhearing what Peter says, and he rebukes Peter. Get behind me, Satan. What? 1 minute, Peter's being rewarded for providing the greatest confession that you're the Christ, you're the Son of God. And the very next minute, he's being referred to as an instrument of Satan. I want every one of us to pause and realize how quickly our position from the kingdom of God to the kingdom of this world can change if we move off of truth. Peter was just declaring his own truth. This can't be. It can't be. I can't imagine a world in which you're going to be arrested. So nope. I'm going to rebuke you. Jesus turns around and rebukes Peter and says to Satan, get behind me. You're not going to influence my children. He's not calling Peter Satan. He's inferring that Satan is in the space. And because of Peter's lack of faith and understanding, Satan was able to use a crack and get in there. Get behind me, Satan. You do not have the mind of the things of God. You do not have the mind of the things of the kingdom of God, but the things of men. Your answer, Peter, came from the kingdom of this world. I need you to start thinking. There's two kingdoms, and your mind, your heart, your words, your action are going to always come from one or the other, one or the other. When you confess me to be the Christ, the Son of God, that came from the kingdom of God. When you begin to challenge me about my arrest and death and resurrection, you shifted into the kingdom of this world. Oh, if we would stop, slow down, and begin to learn how we're doing that, and maybe we could stop it. Stop it halfway and shift back to the kingdom of God. Tell someone we're sorry and shift back to the kingdom of God. Catch ourselves in between those two kingdoms and beginning to analyze. We don't always need to have God analyzing it for us. The Spirit of God lives in us, and we can analyze it ourselves. All right. That's what I have for you. Let's see. Steve Giroux. Do you know how to end a drought? Send Steve camping. Steve and Diane were camping the other day when we had that big storm. I mean, it wasn't very long, but it was very powerful. And so he and his bride got caught up in that storm. Well, Steve, our camper's still up and it's in the rain. So now we're going to test whether it's waterproof. All right, everybody. I hope that this devotion was a blessing to you. Think about the two kingdoms. What if we today, after we've spoken, after we've acted, after we've thought something, or maybe even during the process, we ask ourselves, which nature is that coming from? Which kingdom is that coming from? Hit a pause button, shift into the right kingdom, and then start rethinking again, re-speaking again, and reacting again. All right, that's what I have for you. Blessings on your day. Make it a firmly rooted day, and may someone see Jesus in us today. Peace.